yeah, we're gonna quickly look at the Limitless, the new Limitless. I'm not gonna go over everything. We've gone over this multiple times. I'm gonna show you the difference of this one and the other one. Okay, it does come in a bunch of colors. I'll put that on screen now. So those are the colors that it comes in. It's going to come in the same packaging as the other ones. It's the new one, okay? Pretty much 6.9 ml tank capacity. You know, it uses the IMC decks, okay? It comes with the IMC 7 postless deck, which I have a built-in, and I'll show you that as well. But it's mostly the same thing, except these decks screw in and out, okay? Like the combo RDTA. All the parts are interchangeable with each other, which is very nice, which I'm happy that they did. You're going to get the coil head like usual. I don't know why they sent me purple, but they sent me purple. You get an RDA base. You're going to get extra glass. And you're going to get coils, O-rings, grub screws, a 510 pin. A very long 510 pin, okay? A 510 adapter, alrighty, which is very nice. The other ones did not come with that, so a lot of goodies, okay? Some Clapton coils. They all come with this Velocity. I have like 20 of these things. They all come with the Velocity style deck. This is the deck that I don't use. It's like my least favorite deck, or one of my least favorite decks, just because it turns the leads over, as you guys know. Now this one comes with a tri-coil, which is kind of cool. It's a 0.15, 50 to 100 watts on this thing. I wish they changed the cotton in these. I feel like the cotton in these isn't the best flavor. You know, I think it's just regular old cotton. But it does come with it. So, I mean, you know, that's good. That screwdriver as well. I love these screwdrivers. I've shown it on the combo. I've shown it on the Limitless Plus RDTA that I've done a review on. Comes with the same stuff. So I'm not really going to go over that too much, but I wanted to show you in case somebody that didn't see it. Now here is the new edition. It's got different airflow. I'm very happy that they did that for the simple fact that I don't like the straight slit. Like on the combo, this is the difference, okay? People wanted this chuff top more narrow. And then also people wanted a 510 chuff top drip tip to go on it as well. Some people wanted this, some people wanted that, so they gave you both. Okay, this is the older version drip tip, which I didn't really like either. I'm very happy that they did this, to be quite honest. Now that's the airflow difference, okay? It's got a little bit more airflow, maybe about the same amount of airflow, but I like the configuration that they did. That is different. It's pretty much the same thing, okay? Designed by IJOY and Limitless. It has a full adjusting. You can take the pin out, okay, and adjust it. All right. This comes off, okay, which is nice. It's metal. Take this out. All right, with a nice drip tip. The goons do not fit. I tried it, guys. I know exactly what you're thinking. I wish goons would fit. I wish they made it a little bit wider, but unfortunately, it doesn't fit. As you can see, this uses the IMC decks. It's the game changer, in my opinion. The top is a deal breaker. That is a huge pro in the airflow. I love the airflow configuration on this. Same in sides, same everything, guys, except you can adjust the decks on this new classic RDTA, okay? Everything's customizable. If you have the combo, you could pop the combo on there, which good because you can grab that airflow and pop it on this, or you could put it on the RDTA box. Now we have the RDTA box, okay? Interchangeable deck system. It's a 200 watt temperature controlled mod. It holds 12.8 mLs of e-liquid in this portion. Okay, this is the box that this comes in. All right, proud to a member of Saviva Advocacy Group. I guess donations, part of the profits go to this group. All right, it's 200 watt temperature controlled, upgradable, a nice OLED screen, 12.8 mLs. I like how they have the key points on the side of all of their packages. I think that is one big thing that IJOY does awesome. Okay, so 10 different decks you can use. I have about 6 decks here to show you, okay? 15 millimeter wide filling hole. Filling hole is easy on this, guys. You can just use the bottle to fill it. I'll get into all that. Nickel, titanium, stainless steel, all right? It has that curve mode. This chip is it's kind of similar to the Lux 215. It's 28 by 55 by 105, okay? Output 5 to 200 watts, 1 to 8 volts, 1 to 45 amps. 0.05 to 3 ohms is the resistant range on all wires. I think that's awesome. 95% energy efficient. It's dual 18650 and it's firmware upgradable, okay? Comes in like a white box. A box mod in there. I'm going to show you in a second. Then you have this pull tab. Okay? And what you get with the RDTA box is some different coils than the previous coils that you get with the RDTA. You get some kendo cotton, O-rings, grub screws, micro USB cord for firmware upgrading. Okay, and charging if you want to charge. I don't recommend that though. You get an additional coil. All right, one of these screwdrivers, which is very nice. Get a warranty card. 90-day warranty from the date of purchase, which is good. User manual. And then you get these silicone covers, okay? If you're not using it, you could put this over the top and to keep dust out, which I thought was cool. And then this is the other piece for the for this, you know. And this brush is basically used to clean the inside of the tank. So here it is. The RDTA box by IJOY, and I guess Twisted 420. The outside first. All right, it says RDTA box. You have a very nice fire button, wattage up, wattage down, micro USB port for firmware upgrading and charging, and then you have a nice OLED display. Okay, this fire button's beautiful, man. All right, this is your tank capacity, 12.8 mLs sitting here. That's your fill port, and that is the RDA or RDTA that sits on top. Okay, just like that. If you go to the other side, you have holes to see your liquid lines, but you also have a light that goes on to see how much liquid you have in there as well. And you have IJOY on the bottom. You have your Twisted 420 logo, and it says designed and manufactured by IJOY. Has his logo on there. That's really cool. Okay. It does come with a protective screen on the screen, a plastic piece. So I took it off, so you'll be able to see the screen nicely. Now the battery compartment. You're gonna pull it. It pulls off like so. Okay. This is very firm. It's a very hefty piece. It's 450 grams in weight. The set, the whole thing. It comes in the yellow, obviously, Tiffany blue, red, teal, and silver. They sent me the yellow, which I wish they didn't, but they did. And then it has this logo on the back as well that you can see your batteries. And this is for battery ventilation. I don't know how long this is going to hold up. I feel like it will chip off. As you can see, it will chip off. All right. So then you have your battery compartment, okay? Two 18650s in series. All right. And then on the other side, you have this hole, and it says IJOY RDTA box. Okay, it has a nice little design on it, and it has clips. That is what holds the battery compartment door on. All right, it's not really held by any magnets. It's held by these clips up top. It's on pretty firm. I haven't had any issues. So if you want to get the batteries out, you just pop it out like that. Here is the battery compartment. You have gold-plated contacts, spring-loaded on the bottom, very firm spring-loaded. Firm spring-loaded on the bottom. Okay. And then you have the contacts up top. Gold-plated contacts as well. Clean tray. get your door in these little grooves, and the grooves go in. All right, it's a very firm. It's really firm to get it in. It's not going anywhere, guys. What I've noticed, which I don't think you guys can notice, is that this yellow is a different color from this yellow. This is a darker yellow on the bottom, okay? If you hit it a certain way, you might be able to see it, but I notice it. It's definitely 100% noticeable. I can notice it through the camera right now. This yellow is a lighter yellow than the rest of the other yellow. That kind of bothers me a little bit. If you're going to have a matching device, I think it really needs to be the exact same color. Like, see, if I hit it at a certain... See, that looks the same color, but you can tell right there that it's definitely not. This is more of like a orangey yellow, and this is like a yellow. So I call this the Bumblebee. This is definitely the Bumblebee box. You have your fill port. All right, let's go over this. So let's take the top off. You have the top. It's the same top as the classic RDTA. Okay, it's a little different. That's how you can adjust the airflow, but it also, so you can use it like that if you want as well, or you can use the drip tip. I like it with the drip tip. So you can unscrew this part, which is kind of weird. Okay, piece of plastic, it threads on, but you can also take this out, but it's really in there. I don't have any issues with the threads on this, or you can use it with that. Nice tolerance. I like it with that. It actually looks better, looks nice. It's very comfortable with this piece. Okay, no conical design. I do wish it had a conical design in there, but it doesn't. Pretty much the same as this, a little bit shorter. So yeah, you're gonna get a little bit better flavor with this, but you know, it's all subjective. I like the airflow on the purple. I like the airflow on this one compared to this one, but I do get a little bit better flavor with this because it's closer to the coil. So then you have the postless deck with cotton, okay? And then you have the fill port. It holds 12.8 mLs of e-liquid. You can just like straight up take the bottle and just like dump it in there. You can also empty it and clean it. I'll show you that in a second. And then when you're done, you just tighten that back on. It's good to go. So this RDA base is obviously different from the RDA base because nice threads, man. I don't have any thread issues with this one. Boop. Good threads on it. All right, and that there's an O-ring on here. As you can see, there's an O-ring on there to seal it on. All right, to make the seal. This makes the seal to the tank section. What have you. And then that's how the cotton goes down into the tank. And then you have the tank section. It's got like a silicone plastic, I don't know what material that they're using inside of there. But, you know, it's fully enclosed and it holds the e-liquid. Here's the 510. You know, you can take this off as well and you can rinse it. You know, you can take that off and then put hot water in soap and then run it through and clean it to get the old e-liquid out, or just clean it when you get it. And then use that brush if you wanted to and kind of clean in the inside of it, I guess, if you wanted to. Or clean the inside of the 510 and then do hot water again. After you've cleaned it with hot water and soap, use hot water again and then rinse it to get all the soap out of it. That's how they recommend you to clean it. I have the Goon. I definitely think that this deck is definitely better than the postless deck because you have 4 wicking channels. I'm just going to be honest with you guys here. So this is the postless deck. Okay, you get your cotton in there, you thin it out, it's in there good. You have your Phillips, you have your grub screws for the 4 different leads. You know, then you have, see, you just have, that's all the room that you have. That's all the room that you have for the post on this postless style deck. They do have another postless style deck, but that's all the room you have for the cotton for 2 coils. you know, it's a little bit, it's not enough room for 2 coils. It's really not. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I don't believe it's not enough room for 2 coils. Okay. For 1 coil, most definitely. For 2, nah, you could try it out. I mean, for higher resistance, sure. For sub-ohming, for people like me that like to sub-ohm, nah. I think the other 2 would have worked. But it's just not enough room for the cotton. So I have the goon here. I was gonna put a build, but I mean, it's as easy as slapping 2 coils in there. But wicking is definitely something I want to do a tutorial on and show you guys a good way to wick this. There's multiple different ways to wick, but I'm gonna show you the way I wick. Any of these, you know, decks, you know, the 4-post, you can use the 2-post. You can use the Cthulhu mods deck post. You can use the Wismex slash for deck post. Okay, you can use any deck that you want. There's one other postless style deck, and there's another one that looks kind of cool. I'll put that on screen now. One, two, three, four, five. It's going to turn on. It's going to say RDTA box. Okay, it does go up to 200 watts. 1, 2, 3. We'll get you to the menu system. Now, the menu system on this is just like the Deluxe. You have power. You can flip the screen. Okay. You have the curve, normal, soft, hard. And then user, you can adjust that accordingly, okay? Or go over there and then go out. 1, 2, 3. You have nickel, 1, 2, 3. Titanium, stainless steel. So you hit the up button, okay? And you can adjust the watts. Then you hit the fire button. Hit the down button, and then you can adjust the temperature. It does round robin. It goes up to 600 degrees. All right. And then it does round robin. Plus and the minus together. It's going to lock and set your resistance. Okay. Shut it off. It says power off. So you're going to have your power, your battery indicator, your ohms, your puff counter. And then your seconds when you're vaping, okay? Your volts, your wattage. Or, if you're in stainless steel, it's going to let you know the mode that you're in on there as well. I'm going to take my Kendo Vape Cotton like usual. Yogurt Man. My line Yogurt Man. It's a strawberry yogurt parfait. Made in the USA, baby. Make sure it's nice and tight. So let's go back up top, guys. Let's vape on this. Let's talk on it, pros and cons. All that good stuff. I'll see you guys in a minute. Well, it's 135, okay, by 55, 28 millimeters thick. I love the design of this, guys. I definitely do. Comes in a bunch of colors, like I said. I really like this design because this is more, definitely, in my opinion, an RDA experience with a tank on the bottom. A huge 12.8 ml tank capacity. Now, let's have a vape before I get into things that I need to discuss with you about this. First of all, I love the fire button, okay? 110 watts. I have James Mucklin Alien Claptons in here, okay? On the Goon IMC, I forget which number it is, deck. All right, with some Kendo Vape cotton that I thinned out like I did down low. 110 watts, 3.8 volts, 0.13 ohm build. It's a vape. Just messing with you guys on that one. Thoroughly enjoying this right here. This thing's awesome. Now, ergonomics, man. This is one of a very, very comfortable box mod in your hand. Vaping Heathen, my buddy over there, you know Vaping Heathen. He doesn't like big devices. He likes the smaller devices. Me personally, I like the bigger devices. I like that this feels perfect in my hand. I got big hands. So does he, but I definitely like the fire buttons right there. It's very round in the back, so it feels beautiful in the hand, guys. I'm going to go over a couple cons first. The yellow up top is definitely a different yellow from the box. That kind of bothers me. I thought it would be like a perfect one color kind of deal. And from the pictures on their website, it does look like they're all the exact color. But this is not the exact color of the box mod. This is definitely the yellow it should be. This is more of a orangey yellow. So they're two different yellows. You can notice it. I notice it. Can you notice that? I mean, I notice it right off. That's the first thing I noticed. It's supposed to be the same color, but it's definitely not. It's definitely like two different yellows. The other thing that I noticed that's a little bit of a con is that there's a light to check your amount of e-liquid that's in the 12.8 ml tank capacity. I wish that you didn't have to fire it to get the light on. Nobody wants to hit the fire button and fire their coil just to check their e-liquid level. I wish there was a button right there, because when you're holding it, it'd be nice to have a button right there, or a switch of some sort, or maybe have this thing like a button on there or something, but then that wouldn't work. But just right there, so you could click it or switch it, check the light, check your e-liquid line, and then shut it off. Who wants to hit the fire button to fire it and to check their e-liquid? I don't. I don't like doing that. I'm wasting juice, number one, okay? Nobody likes to waste juice, especially me. Number two, I just don't like firing it to check the e-liquid line. The paint on this, I don't know how long it's going to hold up. I feel like it's, you know, I don't think in a month, I don't think in 2 months, but if you're looking to get a device like this, which is awesome, and have it for a long period of time, I think over the longevity of it, you know, it's eventually going to chip off, just like, you know, other box mods do. But, you know, if you take care of it and you don't nick it on anything, you know, it's not going to come off. But I could see that chipping off. It's definitely metal. I feel like this part is going to chip off. The chip in this is the EWPAL chip that they used in the IJOY Lux 215 watt dual 26650 device that I did a review on. Very nice device, but you know, it's not true wattage on this device. It's an awesome box mod. It works great. It's just not accurate like the DNA 200, let's say. I compare everything to the DNA 200. That is true wattage, so I compare everything to that. This one, on the other hand, comparing it to the IJOY Lux on performance, this one definitely has the cake a little bit compared to this one. It's the same chip. I think they might have tweaked it a little bit more to give it a better performance, but I think it might, maybe it has something to do with this is a dual 18650 and this is a dual 26650. I think that might have something to do with it as well. Possibly not. I think this performs a little bit better. I would say a lot better than the Lux 215 watt. Not saying this is a bad device, but I feel like this is a little bit more powerful. 110 watts on both of these devices around the same resistance range. This one kicks out definitely more. The tank section has an angle on this portion of it. It slants down and then it goes over. So when the e-liquid is going low, it's definitely going to feed to your coil. Okay, I think that is a very nice touch to the tank section. Okay, Very easy to clean the tank section. That's a pro. You take the top off, you unscrew the base, you unscrew the IMC deck of whichever one that you want to use, which is awesome. Okay, and then you pour hot, warm water and soap in there and rinse it out, and you're good to go. I think that's very nice. But I don't know what type of material that they're using inside of the tank. I think it's plastic. And it's the same as having like a plastic bottle of e-liquid, okay? Not really that big of a deal. I just want to mention it. It is fully sealed. Okay, this thing isn't going to leak or anything. You know, as long as you have your cotton in place, it doesn't leak. It's fully sealed. It definitely feels like to me more of an RDA experience with this than, you know, their RDTAs and stuff. Works great in stainless steel, in TC mode, nickel, titanium, stainless steel. It doesn't have TCR coefficient ratings. I wish it did. I think that would be nice. They can definitely do that because it is firmer, upgradable. So that is a big pro. Like the screen. The screen's nice and big. I can read that thing daytime, nighttime. It does not matter. Wattage up, wattage down buttons are very responsive. Love the fire button on this. A nice big square fire button. Perfectly in the hand. When you hit that fire button, ready? Fire. There's about a half a second delay, maybe even a little less. Very responsive. It does kick out very, very well. Holds a crap ton of e-liquid, guys. It really, really does. Up to 200 watts, down to 0.05 ohms, up to 3 ohms. Huge pro. You can go up to 200 watts in temperature control mode. 200 watts, I'm not going to fire it. It stays at the wattage that you chose, which I think is very nice. It doesn't reset the wattage. Like if you go into a different mode, it doesn't reset the wattage to, you know, the starting point, you know, whatever the wattage is, like other box mods do. I need to mention that. That is a big pro. It doesn't do that as well. Filling it is a breeze. Wicking it is pretty easy as well. It really depends. Everybody likes to wick differently. I like to have 2 long and then 2 a little bit shorter. So it gets down to the bottom of the tank. When you're vaping, it's going to be tipped towards the RDTA or the RDA or whatever you want to call the top portion. Okay, and it's going to get the wicks, which is very nice. And there's a slant, so it's all going to funnel down to the atomizer that's on top. That's really nice. Battery door is on firm. It's definitely on firm. It's not going to go anywhere. There's no button rattle. There's no battery rattle. There's nothing. I mean, you can hear the juice rattling around. I could see the e-liquid. So it's just hitting. So, I mean, it does do its job. Hitting the fire button to get the light on, I don't like that. Now, you have battery ventilation as the symbol that's on the back. I don't really know what that symbol is. Definitely got plenty of holes for ventilation for the batteries. That's a big pro. Performance on this is great, guys. I can't say it anymore. Flavor? This thing's got awesome flavor, guys. Awesome flavor. I think it might be a little bit better than the RDTA. Just because this cap is definitely closer. It's a little bit shorter than the other cap, but all the pots are interchangeable. I need to mention that. That is a huge, huge pro. So if I wanted to take that piece off and I wanted to use this airflow, purple's not like my favorite color or anything, but I could pop that on. Yeah, your mouth's going to be a little bit farther away. But, yeah. You can use any parts of the combo, of the Limitless RDTA Plus, of the Limitless RDTA Classic, the new one that I just showed you on there. You can use any of the decks with the combo. There's 10 different decks to choose from. I think that is a big, big pro. The threads are buttery smooth, guys. I feel like the threads are a little bit fine, in my opinion, but they're smooth. I don't have any issues with the threads. I just wish they were a little bit beefier because it would be easier to start the threading, things like that. The O-rings to the to this top cap on this one are a little bit loose, but they are a little bit loose because you're not going to really be taking that off too much because, you know, the e-liquid's feeding from the bottom. So I wish that was a little bit tighter of a tolerance on the O-rings. Maybe not use that. You want it to pop on your combo you know, and give it a different look, you can pop that on, use that as well. They have a postless style deck, like I explained to you previously. And then they have another postless style deck that has bigger wicking channels that looks kind of like the Dot Mod RTA's deck. A lot more room for the cotton, which I like, which I wish I had, which is the IMC 8. Then they have the IMC 9. That is a really, really postless style deck. It's really unique. It's a little bit different. And that one has 4 holes as well. The IMC 7, guys, in my personal opinion, I would tell you guys to stay away from that. This one comes with a velocity style deck. That's what it comes with. So I wish that they gave you maybe a little bit more, you know, maybe choose the decks that you want to come with it. You know, they're gold-plated decks. 11 option decks. You have IMC 1 through IMC 9, and then you have the coil. So there's technically 11 different decks to choose from. Very easy to fill it, very easy to build on, very easy to wick this thing. The performance is beautiful. The RDTA, the new classic version, I don't know why they sent me purple, but I love this as well because of the airflow and because of the drip tip with the different top style. Okay, and obviously you can use the decks, but the combo is the same way. But the top and the airflow on this is definitely a game changer, in my opinion. I love the airflow better on this, and I love the top better on this one. Loving the button, very clicky. If a mugger stole my book bag and I was on a train, this was in it, I would buy this in a heartbeat. I wouldn't buy the yellow, but I would definitely buy it. I love this thing. I bring it to work. It's a perfect size. It can go in your pocket. No problem. It does have a little bit of weight to it, but you can put it in your pocket. I think this is a game changer. This thing is definitely something that I could use all day, every day. Where you can find this is heavensgift.com. Link on screen. I'll put the direct link in the description with use coupon code AmbitionZ15. Okay, for an additional 15% off. Or I'll talk to them and see if I can get additional code for, you possibly could get this thing for $39.99, 40 bucks. You could possibly get it for 40 bucks, all right? But the original price tag on it is $79.50. 80 bucks for this? It's highly worth it, dude. $80? Maybe possibly for $40? What? I think IJOY did a phenomenal job on this. If the audio sounds a little different, it's because my phone died and the microphone can't go in. But 2 thumbs up from AmbitionZ VapeR on this one, man. Double. If I had more thumbs up, I would give it more thumbs up. I think IJOY did a home run with this. It's the same price as the other ones, $49.99. I'll put a link in the description for this one as well. That's what I got for you today, squad. Hope you found the video helpful. If you did, you know what to do. I give you content daily. 1080p, 60 frames per second. All right? Don't waste your bandwidth not being subscribed to this channel. Stay juiced up, squad. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.